The hallmark of tyranny in general and tyrants in specific is that they have a deep desire to control you. They want to tell you what to do. And if you disobey them, they want you punished. They will make rules and regulations and ordinances against you that you have to follow. And the more laws they make, the more rules they concoct, the less free you actually are. That is the hallmark of a tyrant. I don't care if it's a Democrat tyrant. I don't care if it's a Republican tyrant. I don't care if it's a female tyrant or a male tyrant. I don't care if the female tyrant is known for heels up, wheels up. I don't care if she's on her knees behind a desk. I don't care if the male tyrant has dementia or is in steep mental decline. The question is, does that person want to control you? That's the bottom line. Does he want to make rules that make you less free? Does he want to stack the Supreme Court with people who are going to act on the thing that they passed for themselves back in 1803 with Marbury versus Madison, granting themselves the power of judicial review? In other words, you little peasants can't interpret the Constitution. We, the black-robed tyrants of the Supreme Court, we're going to tell you what it says, and we're going to tell you that you need to act accordingly. And if you don't, we're going to punish you. We're going to unleash the executive branch, the judicial branch, the legislative branch against you. And make no mistake, all three branches are against you, and it doesn't matter who has taken office, Republican or Democrat. I'm going to demonstrate that to you right now. Let me also preface this, a couple of clips I got here of Kamala Harris, with anybody who wants to take a shred, a nanoparticle of your gun rights away. Your right to keep and bear arms, which shall not be infringed. Anybody who comes near that precious jewel of the right to keep and bear arms must be suspected and must be treated as the tyrant they actually are. And I don't care who they are. Listen to this.
We who believe in the freedom to live safe from gun violence, and that's why we will work to pass universal background checks, red flag laws, and an assault weapons ban.
Universal background checks, red flag laws, and a assault weapons ban is telling Americans we are declaring war against you. We are in the process of violating the right to keep and bear arms. Yeah, we know it says shall not be infringed, but we're going to institute an infringement check system. We're going to initiate red flag laws, or ERPOs, extreme risk protection orders, which says that anybody can call up with a concern to the local law enforcement agency saying, oh yeah, we saw this guy in Walmart and he was open carrying. We think he's a danger to himself and to the public. And you can get your door kicked in at 2 o'clock in the morning because of red flag laws. You think we're still free? An assault weapons ban? First of all, what's an assault weapon and why do you want to ban them? And do you realize that when you do ban assault weapons, whatever they are, AR-15, AK-47, high capacity magazines, that you're criminalizing everybody who legally possesses those weapons and have never and will never harm anybody with those weapons and will never commit a crime with them, but you're going to criminalize them and treat them as illegal second-class citizens because they're now violating your law when you said they can't have assault weapons. That's what's going on. When you talk about a ban of anything, bump stocks, which is a piece of plastic for God's sake. When they ban something, I don't even know what a bump stock is, Brian. It doesn't really matter to me. It should matter to you that tens of millions of people own those bump stocks. Tens of millions of people own those AR-15s or AK-47s. Therefore, tens of millions of people are going to blanketly be treated as criminals when they are not. It's a fabrication of criminality in America. It's waging war against Americans by violating their Second Amendment rights. If that was all that was wrong with Kamala Harris, that is enough. She does not need to be the president of the United States. She's not for you. She's against you. And what's ironic is all the Democrats who say that they're for, hey, a woman should have a right to choose. A woman should be free to do whatever she wants to with her own body. I agree. Hey, woman, do whatever you want to with your own body, including arm yourself and bear on your body whatever arm you would like to bear. No restrictions, because the Second Amendment doesn't offer restrictions. But these tyrants see things differently because they're hypocrites.
It's just reasonable. It's just reasonable. It is reasonable to say that weapons of war have no place on the streets of America. And by that, I mean assault weapons.
And reasonable tyranny is still tyranny. And lemmings like this right here are like, oh, by golly, she's right. An assault weapon, that belongs on the battlefield, not in the streets of New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles. Doggone right. Ban those things. Criminalize all those Americans. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to go ahead and parrot the rhetoric.
Weapons of war. They were literally designed to be weapons of war. We need an assault weapons ban. These are reasonable things to do.
Look at this guy. Look at the lemmings. Again, reasonable tyranny is still tyranny. Tyranny with a smile is still tyranny. Respectful acting tyranny that has decorum is still tyranny.
And it's part of what motivates me to be an advocate, along with all the friends who are on this call, to demand that we have smart gun safety laws and an assault on a ban on the assault weapons, what we need to do around background checks, what we need to do around making sure that these ghost guns are regulated.
And I believe in the Second Amendment, but I also believe we need to renew the assault weapons ban.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You don't believe in shall not be infringed when you're concocting a plan to infringe. Gun violence. Gun violence is a euphemistic term to get people to stop thinking critically about what's really going on here. People commit violence. Inanimate objects don't. There's no such thing as gun violence, just like there's no such thing as baseball bat violence or butter knife violence or stapler violence. It seems like nobody's got their heads screwed on straight.
We need red flag laws. We need universal background checks. I'm in favor of the Second Amendment.
I just got to turn this back. Look at these just nodding fools.
Checks.
That's right. That's what we need. Wait a second. I own one of those things. That means if I own one of those things and you ban them, you're going to treat me as you could break into my house and steal my guns and jeopardize the life of my family because you don't want me to have something that you think is dangerous that's going to jump off the shelf and start shooting everybody? You got to be out of your cotton picking mind.
I'm in favor of the Second Amendment. I'm also in favor of the assault weapons ban, of universal background checks, red flag laws.
Then I got to ask this, Camel Toe. What part of the Second Amendment are you for? I mean, there's only 27 words. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. A well-regulated means a well-disciplined, not regulated by the federal government. Not valved down or infringed upon by the federal government. Well-regulated just means prepared, well-disciplined, ready to repel any invader. That's what regulated means. So what part are you for in the Second Amendment if you're for red flag laws, assault weapons bans, and gun safety regulation? A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the unalienable right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Is there a qualifier on that? What arms should I be able to keep? How much ammo? No, nothing in there about that. That means sky's the limit. Whatever you want, whatever you can afford, whatever you, with your resources, can barter or trade with somebody else who's got the firearm or the arm you want to bear. If you can arrange that, sky's the limit. And it's more than you have the right to keep and bear arms. It's that nobody has the right to keep you from keeping and bearing arms. But that's exactly what Kamala Harris wants to do. She wants to keep you from keeping and bearing arms. And she's got many plans to do it. Biden wanted to do it. Mr. Red Flag Law himself, Donald Trump, wanted to do it. I don't know, Mike. I like take the guns first, due process second. That's anti-Second Amendment. My administration is initiating red flag laws, extreme risk protection orders. That's anti-Second Amendment. Bump stock bans are against the Second Amendment. So Trump is just against the Second Amendment as Kamala Harris. So which one are you going to vote for?
Upon being elected, I will give the United States Congress 100 days to get their act together and have the courage to pass reasonable gun safety laws. And if they fail to do it, then I will take executive action.
I will sit upon my throne. Oh, there's no democracy there. Oh, if Congress doesn't do it, I'm going to sit on my throne and I'm going to issue an edict. This is all you got to know about Camel Toe. She wants to take your guns. She wants to criminalize you if you possess guns that she says you shouldn't have. That's all you got to know. Stop talking about Willie Brown. Stop talking about how dumb you think she is. Stop talking about how she's not black, she's Indian. Let's talk about the substance. She is an enemy of the people. Guard with jealous attention the public what? The public safety and security? Guard with jealous attention the public liberty. Suspect anyone who comes near that precious jewel. Camel Toe doesn't want to come near the precious jewel. She wants to steal the precious jewel out of your hand. And if you hold on to the precious jewel, she's going to initiate executive action against you. That's just a nice way of saying she's going to throw your butt in jail.
I will require that for any gun dealer that breaks the law, the ATF take their license. And by the way, ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Well, the ATF has been doing a lot of the A and the T, but not much of the F. And we need to fix that.
We need to fix that. We got to fix the F part. Crack myself. This is evil. This is evil incarnate, and it should be treated as such by Democrats and Republicans. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we just start being human beings? Stop being a Democrat. Stop being a Republican. Start looking through the lenses of humanity and realize what right and wrong is. Look through the lenses of morality for once. And when you look through the lenses of morality and you look at politics and political parasites, you can see them for exactly what they are.
Are you promising something that you wouldn't be able to deliver as the executive?
No, there is no question whatsoever that the President of the United States has in her ability. So I will apologize to no one, both in terms of what I am prepared to do, but also the action that I intend to take to say if Congress doesn't act, I by executive action will act. In terms of what
So there you go. So much for democracy. We got to preserve. Joe Biden just said last night, and they always say this, during his address to the nation in the Oval Office at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, if that wasn't a movie studio, behind the desk resolute, if everything was above board, we got to protect our democracy. Well, guess what this is? This is tyranny. Well, if Congress doesn't act, then I will issue an executive edict from behind that desk called resolute, and I'm going to destroy democracy. This right here is what we got to be talking about. Stop talking about all the itty bitty nonsense. I don't care who she had to do to get where she is. I want to talk about what she is. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, grab a shirt, become a channel member. But more importantly, you got to know what your rights are and stand for those rights because they're unalienable. The government didn't give them to you, and the government can't take them away. I will see you in the next video.